about 4,000 rockets in the last 7 or 8 hours. And there is some Bible prophetic things going on here about this war that are not direct, but I'll explain it here. The rabbis follow a different calendar than the Bible teaches us. In the Bible, the new moon begins when you see the new moon. The new month begins when you see the new moon sliver. They don't go by that, so they deviate from the Torah. They go by the Talmud, which is an extra-biblical book that contradicts the Bible in many ways, and I don't give it much credence at all. Now, the Feast of Tabernacles, according to God's correct Bible calendar, 12 30-day months, has passed already a while ago. The rabbis are usually 1 or 2 months retarded behind the correct calendar. Okay. In this case, they are, of course. So Sukkot, or Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of Booths, whatever you want to call it, started on the 29th and was over on October 6th. Now, they're weird. They don't follow the Bible. Remember that. So they say that if you're living in Israel, you only follow Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days. But if you live in the diaspora, i.e. outside of Israel, you follow it an 8th day, and you would observe the last day of Feast of Tabernacles. In the Bible, like Leviticus 23, it's a 7-day Feast of Tabernacles, which is like a Shabbat rest, no servile work. And then on the 8th day, it's also a day of rest. And that's called the last day. Some call it the last great day. According to the rabbi's incorrect calendar, the attack happened on the last day. Is there some significance here? Well, it's kind of hard to just throw this in the garbage pail as coincidence. It could just be coincidence, but I don't like to just say, oh, coincidence. Now, let me go deeper into this. Some of you in the church world, and I'm a New Testament and an Old Testament believer, some of you in the church world will not like what I'm about to tell you, but it's in the Bible. 4 times Yeshua said that he's going to raise everybody up on the same day, the last day. And that's found in John 6, verses 39, John 6, 40, John 6, 44, John 6, 54. Please read it for yourself. You'll see it in all the translations. King James perhaps better than the others, although it's far from perfect, very far from perfect. But the last day is taken from the Feast of Tabernacles, which is 7 days. The millennium is our Shabbat, our rest day, the 7th day. The 8th day is after the millennium is over. And in Revelation 20, it says, after the 1,000 years is expired, Satan is loosed, and he gathers them like the sand of the sea to surround Jerusalem, the New Jerusalem. Then fire comes down from God in heaven, burns everything up, and then we meet him in the air and go up to the third heaven for eternity with God and Yeshua, okay? That is the last day. It's a takeoff, a direct takeoff, sort of, from the Sukkot, tabernacling with God. The 7th day, the millennium, we tabernacle with God, and the 8th day, we get raised up. There is no such thing as a left-behind rapture, according to Yeshua, the Messiah, who's seated at the right hand of God the Father, Jehovah, in heaven, until all his enemies be made his footstool, just so you understand exactly who I'm talking about. Says all that the Father gave him are going up on the same day, the last day. So there could be some typology going on here. I'm going to be searching the Lord more carefully about this, but it's definitely worthy of notation and interest, and perhaps we should pray about it, that the Lord reveals to us if there is any prophetic significance to this. It's a big war, and it just started. I'm out.